Hello and welcome to this. This is a what you. For fuck's sake! What your For Honor main says about you. And I'll also give them a rating based on if you're cringe or not. I've got them all written up on the board. Orange is Knights. We'll go through them. Blue's Vikings. Purple is the Samurais. Green is the Wooling. You can't see the green. It's because nobody plays them. And the light's in the way. I ran out of pens, so Outlanders are also orange. So we'll just see where this goes. Knights. It is the knight's turn. The tin cans, per se. First character. Oh, God, you can't see the orange. Oh, you know what? I was going to go for a colour theme, but we need to be able to see what we're writing down so you can take notes in the back. Warden. I need to do it bigger. I'll do the next one bigger. If you play Warden, some might say, now this isn't me saying this. This is what people say. Some might say you're boring. Your moveset is stale. Warden is only now in a good spot because he's been naught but buffed for the entire lifespan, which is 8 years, by the way. 8 years of buffs have made it so Warden has gone from being kind of okay / shit to pretty alright now. He is alright. You are boring, but you're either one of two. You're either super honourable, which is annoying, because you'll sit there as I'm getting ganked and you'll be like, no, gotta respect the 1v1, bro. It's called For Honor. I don't care. Just gank the fuck. We're playing Dominion. Ganking. Or you are the most toxic person I've ever met in your entire life, but either way you are boring. Okay, good. We'll tick Warden off. Warden is done. Also, your fashion's either arse or the best thing I've ever seen. Sort it the fuck out. Next character. Peace Keeper. There we go, Peacekeeper. Don't be confused by the fact that it's got peace in the name. They cause naught but problems. They want problems always. You get two types of Peacekeepers. You either get the most perfect gankers you've ever seen in your entire life, which exactly know how to apply the right amount of bleed, and also they know how to open you up from the side guard. They're annoying. Or the other type of Peacekeeper, which is I only play Peacekeeper because I find her vaguely attractive and she's got that one helmet without the face on and I like it, who just run away from any fight that they're remotely losing without even considering they might be able to pull it back. They will just be like, oh, there's a person over there having a 1v1. I need to go interrupt them. And if I build the slightest amount of revenge, I'm gone. See ya. Either way. Oh, I didn't do the cringe thing. Warden's not cringe. He's boring, but he's not cringe. But he isn't based either. He is the white bread of For Honor. He's just there. Peacekeeper, on the other hand, and this might be a personal bias because I fucking hate Peacekeeper. Peacekeeper's mega cringe. Mega cringe. I can't fight her. I can fight pretty much every other hero out there. Peacekeeper, for some reason, brain doesn't work. Okay, so Peacekeeper. You know what? I'm going to put a little category up. Based. Cringe. Don't hate me if you see your main up there. Don't do it. I'm just, these are objective facts. So Warden goes in Warden, nothing wrong. And then Peacekeeper goes in cringe. You following the class in the back, yeah? You, specifically? Cool. Right, so, Peacekeeper, Donzo. Conk. Some people might hate me for saying this. I think Conk is in a relatively okay place right now. He used to be the most annoying hero to fight against, especially if the person who was playing him had the slightest amount of game sense. However, since his rework / nerf, he was pretty shit for a while. Like, his damage is super low. Like, you can barely kill anybody with him. I mean, you can, but he doesn't feel good. With the new changes, though, that came with the Lawbringer's rework, he's pretty good now. I really do like his change to getting iframes on the side dodge bash. That's helped his kit quite a bit. I think now he's in a relatively good place. Now he's got them iframes, so he's got a bit more defense. Whether or not he's... Oh, fashion. Conqueror has shit fashion. You can have 3 looks. You can have Black Conqueror, where he's edgy. You can have White Conqueror, where he's not edgy. And you can have, I like to LARP as medieval people. It is fashion boring. Now, is Conqueror cringe? That's the question you've been waiting for. Yeah, he is. He fully is. He's super cringe, and that's mainly because Combat Corbin, who joins me on stream, plays him, and he's cringe. So, unfortunately, he's fucked up for the rest of you. Conqueror goes into the cringe category. Cool. Cool. I still hope you're following. Right. Lawbringer. The Shubman himself. Lawbringer. Now, what I will say about Lawbringer is his fashion is incredible. You will get 2 major playstyles for Lawbringer. The first one being, I will do nothing until you throw a light and then I will parry lights, because that is what I want. I want the Ad Mortem and Mikus. It makes my peenie hard. That's the first type of player. They are normally pretty good. The ones that wait for light parries are very annoying because they're hard to deal with, unless you have a bash. But now with the new changes, with their iframes, which I still haven't gotten used to yet, they are harder to deal with. The other Lawbringer will be, I will throw everything because I have big halberd, and halberd most versatile weapon forever. They're pretty fun to fight, strictly because you just get free parries. It's pretty good. Or I'm Mr. I start everything with a light, also free parries. Now, is Lawbringer cringe? No, he's not cringe. I would say pre-nerf he was based, but now, pre-buff he was based. No, I'm going to give him based. I'm going to give him based. LB. I'm going to give him based strictly on the fact that his fashion is... He's the Gucci of For Honor. Every single bit of thing you put on looks great. So Lawbringer goes into based. Incredibilis himself. Centurion. Again, another one. Well, his fashion's not as good as Lawbringer. His fashion is... He's got some really good stuff and he's got some really shit stuff. He has that one chest piece where it gives him like hot dog legs. Where's the quadriceps, mate? Where's the definition? Where's the gains? You're the punch man himself. Where are the gains? I digress. Centurion's weird. He's incredibly... Depends how well the person you're fighting knows him. If the person knows him very well and has decent reactions or really good ability to read, then he's quite the foe to go against. However, even though he seems to have a lot in his kit, there's not much that's viable. It very much centres around his punches, which isn't bad, don't get me wrong. His punches are great when you hit the fully charged one off. Fantastic. But then again, you'll just get the Centurion's little spam lights. They'll go light punch, light punch, light punch. Now, I'm not saying I haven't done that before. It is incredibly funny if they don't dodge. But, yeah, you either get the ones that are like geniuses at the game, or you get ones that are like fresh installs, and there's no in between. Scent. Is he based or cringe? Leave what you think. I could just say down in the comments below. Scent is based. Very simply. He punches people and he says, I am incredible. Incredibilis, which is the ish translation. So, Scent goes in the based category. Get out. There we go. Scent is done. Gladiator. Mr. Foot Fetish himself. Now, just on the fact that he's foot fetish, he does go in cringe. However, you get two types of players. You get Mr. Toe Stabby, I want your toes, please wear sandals, I want to see them raw dogs in the sweaty sun. Those guys are annoying as fuck. And then you get the 200 IQ Glad Masters, who will not let you do a single thing. They know these chains have literally no openings, and they will keep mixing you up until you literally regret ever opening for honor. But still, toe fetish goes in cringe. Gladiator. Now we have Griffin. Now Griffin, despite the name of being a mythological creature who has a multitude of parts and thematically does fit, because Griffin does take from each one of these factions, including the Wu Lin. We'll ignore the Outlanders for a minute. Griffin, on the other hand, is played by two people. Either I won't throw a single attack until I can counter-attack and it's annoying as hell, or I only throw lights and I complain in the text chat when I get light parried. Just mix it up. Just, throw a heavy. Maybe a bash. Who knows? Stop fucking throwing lights from the left guard. However, he has one armor set. One armor set, which is the one you think I'm thinking of, which is the Roman one with the plume on the top, which puts him in based, because Roman shit is based. Gladiator not included because he has a toe fetish. Griffin, based. Oh, speed round. War Mummy, as Solid Soul would say. I don't think he's spoken to a woman in a while. I'm joking, Solid. Don't hate me. Warmonger. No matter how good you are at Warmonger, all Warmongers play the same. They spam the dodge attack, which they can feint, and the fact that everything they have is enhanced is annoying as hell to deal with. Now, easy light parries, don't get me wrong, and the zone being like the same timing as a light kind of fucking sucks, because I think I get a light parry and no, I have to throw a light instead of a heavy, and sometimes I get confused. Her armor is alright. Now I think based or cringe or air? That's the question. I think she goes in air. War Mum. She goes in air because her armor's pretty cool. However, all of her moves are cringe. So air. She's got based armor, cringe moveset. BP. Mr. Aprofundus himself. Mr. White Prior. Grey before. No, white before. Black Prior and grey now. You only really get two playstyles. They all play the same. Crushing Cart Lights, Bash. However, you get some pretty base Black Priors that do the heavy to Bash combo, because no Black Prior does that anymore, and it keeps catching people out. It is fantastic. His armor sets are pretty cool. Very, very edgy. However, is he based or cringe or air? I'm going to put him in base because he doesn't do enough damage and he's got literally no stamina, so people who play him must be somewhat based. Right, and that concludes the Knight faction. We're going to... No, I'm going to keep the blue. So, on the Knight faction we have, in the based category, Lawbringer, Scent, Griffin and BP. Those are the based Knight heroes. The air heroes are Warden and Warmonger. And the cringe heroes are Peacekeeper, Conk, and Gladiator. Right. Should we do the Outlanders now? No, we'll do the Vikings. Raider. Legendary. Raider's in a weird camp. Strictly because anybody who plays him doesn't take him seriously, like at all. They just throw top heavies and they go. The fact that he doesn't have a bash also, and if you play Raider and he doesn't have a bash to open people up, it's quite hard if you're playing someone who's semi-decent to open up with Raider. Apart from obviously he's got the zones, but it's very funny to Beyblade people. His fashion is to say the least. But I think as a gym goer myself, I would have to put Raider in the based tier only because he has phenomenal pectoral muscles. So Raider goes into based. Raider. Legendary. Now next on the list is Warlord. The Pokemon himself. So there are two types of Warlord players. You're either going to get outplayed by a character who has 3 moves, or they're going to spam lights at you the entire time. Or they're going to try and ledge you. 3 types of players. However, the ledge player can sit in both categories of 200 IQ, lights all the time. However, he looks fucking good, man. He looks good. Like, all of his armor sets look sick. I mean, you can also make some pretty dumb ones with the helmet, with the big nose ring, and then you get the 2 little pointy things. That's what I've got on him. He's going to have to go in based. He's going to have to go in based. Warlord goes in based. Warlord goes in based. Now, the Griffith hater himself, Mr. Berserker. Zone. Beyblade Zone. Beyblade Zone into light. Then sometimes faint heavies into light. There's not really much he can do. His fashion's kind of although his axes look very good. And his executions are also good too. There's only one type of Berserker player, and that is Monkey Brain. You know if they're good or not, whether they get regular deflex. I feel like Berserker's going to have to go in because I feel like he could be better and everybody plays the same. Berserker goes in You neither base nor cringe Berserker mains. Just know that I respect the grind, considering you don't have a bash and it's quite difficult. Valkyrie. Valk's a weird one. Again, like Warlord, while she has more moves, you're either going to get a Valk who demolishes you and then proceeds to go demolish the rest of your team, or you're going to get one that really, really likes throwing light attacks and the sweep, and it gets very predictable very quick. However, her fashion looks great. Like, I'm going to be honest with you, I've never seen a bad looking Valkyrie. I'm going to put her in based. Although you are horny if you play her, just like Warmonger. Valkyrie Highlander. This is a very unbiased opinion. Highlander is based in every regard. His moveset is perfect, and if you play him, you're a Chad. Moving on. Highlander goes into based. That is the most non-biased take you're ever going to get. Yorm. Jormungandr is a very loud boy. He likes screaming. I find that incredibly funny, and the dopamine I get from the hammer sound hitting the enemy is unfathomable. I really like Jormungandr. However, he doesn't wear shoes, so he goes in cringe. And you are not allowed to discuss that in the comments, because that is just factually accurate. These are going to be incredibly quick. Varangian Guard. If you play her, you are cringe. I've done a little short on it. She is busted beyond belief. Her entire moveset is just designed to fucking suck. Her armor sets, boring. Her executions, boring. Varangian Guard goes in cringe. I'm not even writing the name on the board. That was a quick one. Shaman. If you play Shaman, you do drugs. You need drugs to survive. You need crack cocaine in your bloodstream at all times or you perish. She goes in there. Shaman goes in And I will not elaborate further. You are a crackhead if you play Shaman. So, let's review the categories. After Vikings, we now have, in based from the Viking side, Raider, Warlord, Valkyrie, and Highlander. Highlander is non-negotiable. In Air, we have Berserker and Shaman. Crackheads. Then in Cringe, we have Jormungandr, because he doesn't wear shoes, and Varangian because she's just cringe. I hope you're paying attention. There will be a test after this. So, my massive mummy milkers. We're back. Ken say, do I need to explain? Balanced moveset. Balanced armour. Some of it's really good, some of it's shit. And if you get into the swing of things, Kensei is probably one of the more fun characters to play. He goes in based. And all you Kensei mains who have struggled with the power creep can take that to heart. You guys fucking love it. Nobushi, cringe. Nobushi is full on a reaction check, and if you don't have the reactions for it, she fucking sucks. However, you also get the ones that will light attack and then just dodge light, and you have to remember they can do that because I keep forgetting. She goes in cringe. Aramusha. The thinking man's hero, some people have called him. And I tend to agree. I have not spelled his name right, and I don't care. Aramusha. One of the coolest looking characters in the game. Some of his armor sets are a bit meh. His move sets, apart from the bell thing, where he feints a heavy into a bash, that one's pretty good. But the rest of his moveset is cringe. Getting a blade blockade off feels great, and especially when you do that. None of the Aramushas I've seen do. You can do the kick after a blade blockade, and then you can ledge people with it. Incredible. He does though go in He goes in because he needs work, and he's sometimes very annoying if you just spam lights. Orochi. I'm not going to explain this to you. Cringe. And if you play him, you know exactly why you're cringe, and if you fight him, you know exactly why he's cringe. He goes in the cringe category. That is also non-negotiable. Orochi is annoying to fight. Shinobi. I'm just going to put him in cringe. Shinobi. If you weeb wannabe cosplayers would like to play a game where you can be a ninja, go elsewhere. Your double dodge bash being non-guard breakable literally makes me want to eat my own computer. You're in the cringe category. Shigoki, based. Man is a ball of fun. He's incredibly hard to open up though, but it's just funny. If you play Shigoki, it's just funny. It is so funny that I am not even mad when I die to a Shigoki, because it is funny. He hugs you to death. He has a big stick and he bonks you with it. Shigoki, based. Not many in air. Kaioshin. Kaioshin's a mixed bag. Some of his armor sets are incredibly good, and others make him look like a twink. And not that there's anything wrong with being a twink, but I don't want to see my cock and balls. Kaioshin, he's in a weird place. Oh god, this camera angle's going to keep changing. I don't care. So, as I said before, Kaioshin... Oh no, I didn't say it before. You haven't seen the fucking cut out of it. Kaioshin has two types of armor sets. Twink and Chad. However, his moveset's kind of cringe, kind of predictable as well, but if you're not really paying attention, you get caught out by it. His executions are dope as fuck though. I think if you play Kaioshin, you are a weeb or a Chad. You're a Chad weeb. He goes in air. I can't be able to spell his name, so he's just Keishin, like the chicken. So he goes in there. Hitakiri, very, very funny character, incredibly funny. No lights required, just keep heavy in. And then sometimes kick, make people smell the bottom of your foot. The arm set's pretty cool, his axe is pretty cool, executions are kind of I really want to put Hitakiri in based, however I know that he is cringe, so he's going in air. Hito Kiri. And his name's literally translates to manslayer, which is pretty cool. Sohei. Sohei's based. He's so hard to play. You are literally playing the entire game on half damage up until you get your 6 souls, and then everybody starts crying. Sohei goes in based. I know I'm going to get flack for that, but I don't care. So, 2, we've finished the samurai. So what do you call it? To recap, in based we have Kensei, Shigoki and Sohei. In air we have Aramusha, Kyoshin and Hitakiri. And in cringe we have Nobushi, Orochi and Shinobi. There we go. Right, now to the Wulin. Xinghei Yao Biao Yao Biao himself, Tiandi. He is air. I think most of the Wulin will go to air. Like, he looks cool, his moves are cool. The people who play him are either really turtly or they're just really hyper aggressive, and that's more fun. But yeah, overall Tiandi's air, except some of his executions are very dope. Tiandi goes in air, and if you play Tiandi, you are also air. Nuxia, cringe immediately. Nobody plays her, I don't know how to fight her, she's cringe. That was an easy one. Jiang Jun, JJ. And I ain't talking about the bloke who released that stupid song, Thick of It. Jiang Jun is based. His Shifu stance is probably the smoothest and coolest thing I have ever seen. If you main Jiang Jun, I imagine you have 24/7 soulful funk groovy music playing in the background, because that man dances around the competition. He goes in based. His fashion's kind of ass though, but just solely off Sifu stance, my man goes in based. Whoop. Shaolin. Shaolin's a very easy one. Shaolin is cringe. Shaolin's cringe not only because of his moveset, he also doesn't shower and stinks. He is a monkey, monkeys don't shower. I'm talking monkey in the animal sense, as in a primate, before you get angry at me in the comments. Shaolin, cringe. He goes in cringe. Also, the fact that he's just got a billion answers for everything goes in cringe. Sanhu, the drip man himself. This man has so much drip, he makes ice jealous. He makes warming ice jealous. He is iced out and drippy to fuck. Based. Sanzu. He's based. Whoop. Right, now to recap the very short Wulin faction, add new hero. Come on, Ubisoft. I know you're going under right now, but Tencent, sort it out. You guys are Chinese, these are Chinese. Get some more Chinese characters. I know people don't like them, but I think they're cool. To recap, you've got JJ and Zanzu in the based category. You have Tiandi in the category, and you have Nuxia and Shaolin in the cringe category. I can't fight Nuxia, she goes there. Shaolin smells, so he is in cringe. Now to everybody's favourite faction, the Outlanders. Ooh, most of these are going to go in cringe and you know it. Pirate. Cringe. Pirate is cringe, she has an answer for everything, and she also has dodge attacks that are enhanced. Stop doing that. Where were we? That's right, Pirate, she's cringe. I've already spoken about the dodge attacks. Hella cringe. The fact that she also has a dodge forward unblockable from neutral that has hyper armor that you can feint. Not a fan. She sits solely in cringe. Whoop. Medjay. Medjay's pretty based. He's, again, large pectoral muscles, cool weapon, and cool design on that front as well. He is fine. His moveset's not too busted. He is a bit of a reaction check with how many attacks he can throw at you from different angles. But Medjay, I will put in based. His armors is also cool. You get to see his titties a lot, and I like seeing man titties. Medjay is dope. Aphira. Aphira is one of them characters, like Kyoshin is, even though Kyoshin got put in the F category. Aphira has an answer for everything, and it's not fun either. She has about 18 quadrillion bashes. The bashes give her a heavy attack that can move you for some reason, so if you're next to a wall, bye-bye health. Aphira goes in cringe. And also, she also does stuff with feet, which is still cringe. You can fight me for it, it is kink shaming. Feet are gross. Ocelotl. He goes in cringe. This was easy. This might as well, instead of the Outlanders, it might as well have been called the Cringe faction. Now, I will say Ocelotl is less cringe now because his bash can no longer chain on with. Actually, he goes to air because his armor is very, very good. However, if you do main Ocelotl, you definitely have ADHD, and that's not a bad thing. It's just how I see it. But yes, take note. This is the grand recap of all the based characters. Lawbringer, based. If you play him, you are also based. All bought and paid for, by the way. Centurion, Incredibilis himself, based. Griffin, due to that one armor set, is based. BP, if you play him, it's an uphill struggle and you know it. BP's based. Raider, huge pectoral muscles, you love to see it. Warlord, funny ledge man, King of Sea, High Fort, you know what I'm talking about, based. Valkyrie, based character, cool armor sets. Cool executions as well. Highlander, non-negotiable based, my main, I'm a Chad. Everybody who plays him is Chad-like. Kensei, the power creep is real, you still main him, good, based. Shigoki, funny fat man does funny fat man things, based. Sohei, another uphill struggle, no damage hero, but then when you get the 6 souls, oh, you become a threat, based. JJ, you dancing son of a bitch, based. Zanzu, the drip god himself, based. Medjay, huge pectoral muscles again, cool armor, cool weapon, cool design. If you play him, you're based and you know it. The category. Warden, you're boring, but you're still kind of cool, but you're still boring. Warmonger, your moveset is too efficient, you're boring, and Berserker, man, it's a rough time to be a Berserker. You're kind of fun, but you're still boring, Shaman, you're a crackhead, Aramusha, some cool moves, the rest of it's kind of ass. If you play him, you're either a future sight hacky man or you're just really lucky. Kaioshin, answer for everything but cool armor sets and executions, but he's still kind of Hitakiri, I want to put him in base, but I know he's cringe, so he's there. If you play him, you're funny, and heavies are funny, and you say heavy a lot. Tiandi, it's just There's nothing special about Tiandi. He is Ocelotl was cringe, now not so cringe, and his arm set's cool. Cringe. This is what you're all here to see. Peacekeeper, cringe. Conqueror, cringe. Gladiator has a foot fetish, cringe. Jormungandr screams, also has foot fetishes, and likes balls, cringe. Varangian Guard, mega cringe. Nabushi, thoroughly cringe. Orochi, super mega ultra max cringe. Shinobi, same as Orochi, and fucking hell, let me guard break his dodge bashes for fuck's sake. Nuxia, I can't fight her, so she's cringe. Shaolin, smelly, cringe. Pirate, cringe. And Afira, cringe. Thank you for watching my TED Talk, and I'll see you on stream, you